this is Winston. Full disclosure, he is a squishmallow, and I am a child, so your input is not needed. Okay. Yes, it is a children's toy. Look, okay, I ordered my nephew a squishmallow for his first Christmas, and it was so incredibly soft and squidgy that I needed one. And then I saw this in the shop and instantly fell in love with this hat and his colour. I love this colour with a passion. So he's mine now. So I don't want to hear it, okay? He's going to live here and you're going to love him. I have exactly 75 minutes before I have to go and get my hair cut. And I have chosen the world's worst video to film right now, but I've got a million and one other things to do today and I have no other time to film it, and I need to film it today. So, hello and welcome to the Kpop Rewind video of 2022. Honestly, I did think about doing just a regular rewind. I think I did that last year, I'm not 100% sure. But this year has been god awful. I was looking in the articles and the newspapers, not newspapers because I don't read, I was looking online for notable events that happened this year and they're all horrible. So I'd rather not press you. I'm not saying K-pop is anywhere better because a lot of the notable things that happened in K-pop this year are also rubbish. K-pop this year, let's start with the statement. To me, K-pop this year has been, what's the word? It's been great, don't get me wrong. It's been killing the game. To me, probably not as brill as like 2019, 2020. But then I have a reason for this, and that is because older groups and senior groups and groups coming up to the end of their contract seem to be getting fewer comebacks, regardless of their agency. Hype is different. Because Twice only had one comeback this year, and their gap between comebacks are getting longer. And there are a million and one new girl groups and boy groups, rookie groups debuting. A lot of them are doing really well, and that's where all the bops, that's where the brilliantness of K-pop this year is coming from. However, there are also a vast majority of the new groups debuting are disbanding because they cannot keep up with the market that is K-pop nowadays. You have to be something special, something different to make it in the industry right now, because there are so many groups. It's so saturated, this industry is. And so what we're seeing is more groups disbanding than staying on. More groups debuting and then disbanding and then staying on. And fewer comebacks from older groups. So we're having fewer K-pop comebacks in general. So October, particularly December, was incredibly dry. And obviously, like, there are releases like every day, like from soloists, people who aren't well known, but like your major releases aren't happening as much. And I fear that this is going to continue until something changes or something. So, you know, not brill. So anyway. So this year, lovely. Basically this is going to be a spoken essay, probably the worst essay. It would get 0 marks because I'm not very good at talking. I'm probably a little bit dyslexic, if we're being totally honest. I haven't diagnosed that though. So I'm just going to spit some load of facts at you to do with K-pop this year. So we're going to start with, my glasses, hairs. We're going to start with the debuts. So, a whopping 43 new groups and subunits and soloists debuted this year. That's a lot more, I'm going to say. A lot more compared to other years. So, in alphabetical order, we had Acid Angel from Asia. And that is a group that is going to split into 3 different groups. Chobom, subunit of A-Pink. Rocky and Jinjin, subunit of Astro. ATBO, Blankety, or however you say that, because I don't know how you pronounce that. Black Level, Classy, CSR, Got the Beat, which is the female version of Super M, High Key, Iliwan, or I Love You One, I don't know how you pronounce that. Iris, Kepler, Lapalus, Le Seraphim, Mamamoo Plus, subunit of Mamamoo, Mimi Rose, New Jeans, NMIX, Shinhwa WDJ, that is a subunit of Shinhwa, even though they've been around for God knows how long. Tan, Tempest, TNX, Trends, Vivizy, Unity or Unite, and the soloists have debuted. A lot of prominent soloists debuted this year. A lot of soloists that I didn't know hadn't debuted yet. And these are from most of them are from K-pop groups. So we've got Baeko from Newest, Chaeyeon, formerly of IZONE, Yena, formerly of IZONE, Yoojung from Meki Meki, Jin from BTS, Kihyun from Monster X, Kino from Pentagon, JR, who goes by his real name now, which I can't remember, from Newest, Chanhyuk, the brother from Akmu, Minho from SHINee, Mion from G-Idol, Nayeon from Twice, Seulgi from Red Velvet, Wonpil from Day6, Xiumin from EXO, Yerin from G-Friend, and Yuju from G-Friend. Now, along with the debuts, we also had disbandments. Now, we have 20. At least 20. Now, that's also with the debuts, 43 debuts. That's at least, because these are all the ones I could find. There's probably some more that I don't know about. So, disbandments, we had April, obviously disbanding from the controversy of Hyunju. Arias, Bling Bling, which I was really upset about because I loved Bling Bling. Blue Fox, I'd actually never heard of them. But Botapass, who have disbanded after 2 years of inactivity. Bugaboo, another one I was really upset with. Bandit, which I honestly saw coming, even though they had a comeback, because they had such a lengthy gap between that comeback. I don't think the company wanted to pursue them anymore, which is, you know what. But apparently it was after lengthy discussions, they decided to just terminate the contract. CLC, which was a long time coming. D-Crunch, Girlkind, G-Rayish or Greyish, Hint, Hot Issue, Ice, Luna Solar, MVP, Newest, Red Square, Tracing or whatever, and We Girls. So we have a lot of rookie groups there, and a lot of groups that aren't rookies that were under the radar because they were just not breaking it. They weren't breaking through the scene. On top of the disbandments, we had a whopping, I'm going to say whopping a lot because I don't know any of the synonyms for whopping, 36 members leave groups this year. That is a lot compared to previous years. A lot. So we have, in no particular order, I think this is kind of like timeline order, Jay from Day6, who right at the start of the year left Day6, and that was after him wanting to leave for ages. He did not want to be in JYP anymore, and he did a lot of controversial things, so I think JYP said, okay, you can go. Somyi from Dia, Denise from Secret Number, One Day from DKZ. We have 4 members of 2-1, previously 2, Chihoon, Woongi, Jerome and Minsu. Nayeon left iPink, which was, we all saw come in because they said they could balance the two, acting and singing, and she obviously just couldn't. Forever missed Nayeon. It'll always be OT6, won't it? Hyungbin from a group called Bandage, Jiho from Oh My Girl. That's another thing with the members that have left this year. There were a lot of them that were very prominent members of prominent groups. It's quite shocking. Not gonna lie, quite shocking. So Jiho from Oh My Girl, Chiwoo from Kingdom, Jihoon from Weekly, Garam from Le Seraphim, obviously that was pretty obvious. Sohee from I Chillin', Gyuri from Promise 9, Judy and Yonghyun from Black Swan, Ella and Satbyul from Pixie, Hanbyul, Liso and Jiho from the girl group Precious, Ho-chan from Victon from his DUI, Raven from Onus, we're not going to speak about Raven, Huiyeon, Jian from Lightsum, Yadam and Mashiho from Treasure, Jian from Purple Kiss, that was a shock, I didn't know she was going to go, Chu from Luna for obvious reasons, Ziyu, Yuin, Younghoon and Taeyoung from the group Black Level, and they'd only just debuted, Ginny from NMIX, which was a shock, and that was the most recent one. And I'm going to put Lucas from Wavy because he hasn't officially been kicked out, but I think the general consensus is that he will be. So yes, 36 members of groups gone. So that was a bit shocking, wasn't it? Coming up to 2023, we've got a few groups who are going to be having their contracts coming up to expiration. So we've got Astro, who I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain, I think the general consensus online is that they're going to renew. Blackpink will probably renew even though they shouldn't because YG is garbage. NCT, I don't think they'll disband. They'll probably renew because they've got plans to expand NCT. SF9 could go either way. Victon, again, could go either way because they've had a lot of members. They've had a couple of members leave and a couple of members have gone to the military. Momoland, I honestly hope they don't renew because MLD is trash. They've treated them like garbage. I'd love them to stay together, but I think it's in their best interest not to renew. Brave Girls, I think they will because obviously they had that resurgence. WJSN, Woodgerson, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. I want them to, but from the discussions that I've been having online, I think they themselves are getting a bit like burnt out with the fact that they've never had their first win. Their comebacks have been successful, but not that successful, and I think they just like they want their company to like come on, push us a bit more. Pentagon. Now, I would say yes for Pentagon. However, it's Cube. Not many groups renew with Cube, so we don't know. Now, on top of that, I've created a list of groups that I think are in trouble of disbanding in 2023. They're groups that have not reached the end of their contract, but for various reasons, they could disband. So, Weki Meki is the first one. Now, we have seen a soloist come out of Weki Meki this year. They have not had a comeback this year. Their last comeback was November of 2021, which was Siesta, which, let's be honest, was one of the best songs of 2021. Now, Weki Meki are, to me, an underrated group. They're great dancers. The songs they come out with are bops. But their company, Fantasio, don't promote them at all. Next one, Saturday. Saturday always will be, and always has been, a very under-the-radar group. But like, not many people are aware of them. They have quite a good fan base, but they don't get as many views. They're not really like... They don't perform as much on shows either, and their last comeback was 2021, at the start of 2021. So, it's been almost 2 years now. It's not looking good. Honestly, I thought they would have disbanded by now. And the next one is a big one, Everglow. Now, the only reason I say this is because their company doesn't seem to be promoting them at all right now. And also, they've had 2 members who are not performing with them right now. Yiren, I think, is still in China, and Aisha's not there. And their last comeback was in December of last year, 2021, with Pirate, and they haven't had one yet this year. I have heard rumours that they do plan to come back early 2023. We don't know though. Dia. Now, their last comeback was a few months ago, and it was a farewell song, which everyone... And they said that they were going to disband afterwards. However, the group is currently on an indefinite hiatus, so they haven't officially disbanded. I feel like they will, though, because like they're not Dia anymore. Now, Cherry Bullet. Cherry Bullet had quite a lengthy hiatus, and then they came back and then came back. And then we haven't had something from them from a while now, so we just don't know what's happening with them. FNC also, it's not a Brill company, so. Luna, big one. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen with Luna. Obviously, Chu's not there. They're having a comeback. They're literally having a comeback. They've released concept images. I don't know whether they've been forced to do this, but they're having a comeback in very early January. I genuinely don't know whether Blockberry has been like, you need to go and do this comeback, or you're all like sacked. Because I believe, from what I've read, that all members, even the ones that haven't requested contract termination, want to leave. Because Blockberry are not good companies. They're not a good company. They seem to be very manipulative. So I'm getting the impression that Luna's not going to be a thing soon. Alice. Now, Alice was the group formerly called Elris, who rebranded last year into Alice and had a comeback this year with Dance On. Now, I absolutely loved that song. However, I don't think it got the traction they were hoping for, and I fear that they might disband. I could be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but you never know. Signature, we haven't heard anything from Signature in a while. So, their company C9, I'd say tends to focus on 6 more than them. You just don't know. And all these, by the way, are girl groups because I'm better at knowledge of girl groups than boy groups. However, I'm pretty sure that some boy groups will probably disband. There's a load of rookie boy groups. You just never know with them. And the last one on my list is Black Swan. Now, this is because of the multitude of lineup changes they've had. They haven't done anything in a while. Fatu did her own EP mixtape, which I'm not going to lie, I was not a fan of at all. And they've had some discourse between members, so I'm thinking they might not last next year. Next, we're going to look at enlistments. Now, finally, we have some confirmation this year of BTS enlisting. Now, they're going to, I believe, enlist in a staggered pattern. So Jin has gone on the 13th of December this year, and I believe that they'll keep sending them throughout the years. Now, I believe now that they'll focus on solo albums before they go. I think RM might be the next one to go. I'm not 100% sure on that. But finally, like, how long has this taken for them to bloody decide? It's like 2 years to take and just decide when the members, I think, themselves just said, we're going to go. So, you know. So, we've had quite a few members of groups enlist this year. We had Dawoon from Day 6 enlisted on the 17th of January. Jun from Ace enlisted on the 7th of Feb. Hyunsu and Yoojun from DICE enlisted on the 21st of March. Also on the 21st of March we had Insong from SF9 enlist. PO from Block B enlisted on the 28th of March. Dayol from Golden Child enlisted on the 29th of March. Youngbin from SF9 enlisted on the 29th of March. Byungkwan from Ace enlisted on the 11th of April. Hongsok from Pentagon enlisted on the 3rd of May. MJ from Astro enlisted on the 9th of May. Chan from Ace enlisted on the 16th of August. Wonho enlisted on the 5th of December. And Jin from BTS enlisted on the 13th of December. Now, we also had quite a few people returning this year. Hooni from Winner. Suho from EXO. Ilhoon from B2B. Ken and Hongbin from VIX. Zico, Baron and Ace from VAV, Jsef, Chen from EXO, Changyu and Jen from UNVS, Daehyun from BAP, Hyunsik from Hyunuk from Intuit, Hui from Pentagon, L from Infinite, Yoon San from Hotshot, Sungjin from Day 6, Chanyeol from EXO, and Yongun from DICE all came back this year. Now, going in 2023 are a few more idols of prominence. We've got Bobby and Song from iKON, Taeyong from NCT, Sungsik from Victon, Hyuk from VIX, Dawon from SF9, Minhyun from Newest, Shinwon from Pentagon, and Jonghan and S-Scoops from 17. Now, they're not guaranteed to go next year because obviously BTS were allowed to push theirs back. They're not BTS though. But they are coming up to their limit next year from when they have to go. Notable events that have happened this year. Now, there are quite a few scandals. I'm not going to mention them all because I'll be here all day. So, first thing I want to say is a good thing. We have on the 9th of May we have the American Song Contest finale, and K-pop idol Alexa was in that finale. She got all the way to the finale and she won it. So, I think that deserves a round of applause because it just goes to show how big K-pop is, because she's not even one of the most well-known, one of the most popular K-pop idols. She's good, don't get me wrong, but she still won. So can you imagine what would happen if someone even because they're doing an Asian song contest. They're doing it. You never know. And then we also this year had the end of V-Live. Now this has been said many times over the past 3 years, and finally I think start of next year it's being shut down, which nobody was happy about because all that content, unless someone archives it, is going to be lost. So it's not brilliant, and that is all down to Hybe because Hybe bought V-Live. Let's all give a big F you. Middle finger to Hybe. Now, some of the scandals. We have Kim Garam's school violence. I've said it before and I've said it again. Why do companies not vet their idols? Before you join a company, you need to be checked for any kind of school violence, any kind of bullying. Even if they're rumours, you need to check them out. Because in my opinion, you cannot have people, and this is people that have been proven to have, a history of school violence or bullying of any kind in the public eye. Hyunjin's different because Hyunjin's has not really technically been proven, but he had elements of the truth in there. But let's say someone was debuting in a group that's quite popular and they are found to be like a school bully, and like this is like a proper school bully, or not even a school bully, just some kind of bully, or like they've done something they shouldn't be doing, and they're allowed to stay in the group. To me, that sends the message that what they did was not wrong, or what they did was forgivable. Yes, you should forgive and forget. Well, not forget, but you should forgive and move on. But that might send the message to young, impressionable people that that kind of thing is okay to do and you can still move on with your life. Do you know what I mean? I just think, yeah. So I think companies need to introduce a system where they vet their idols before they join the company. Omega X, this is another big story this year that broke a few months ago. So it was revealed that Omega X's CEO had been really badly abusing the members. And they, got to give it to them, because they could have quite easily said, we're going to terminate our contract because we don't want to work with you. But they got the CEO fired. So, good on you, Omega X. They basically said, we're not going to be Omega X anymore if you continue to work here. So they got rid of that hoe. Now, this was an upsetting one because I believe Hyuna and Dawn were engaged at the start of this year. Were they not? Were they? I don't remember. However, recently they broke up. And they were one of those couples that, honestly, I think she can do a little bit better than him. They were one of those couples that I thought was never going to break up because they seemed so much in love and now they just broke up. For whatever reason, they just didn't want to be together anymore. Fair enough. The last thing I want to mention for this year is obviously over COVID, they couldn't really tour or go anywhere. We had a whopping 89 world tours this year, or just tours in general. So we had a lot from prominent groups like Twice, ATEEZ, NCT 127, Monster X, Stray Kids, and we also had quite a few from under the radar groups, rookie groups, so Blitzers, Ghost Night, groups like that. So that was good. So they've been able to, this year we've been able to see idols more. They've had a lot of in-person fan meetings as well. And this is where I've stopped preaching facts about K-pop this year to you. And we're going to take a look at my personal favourite K-pop songs. Now, I've seen a lot of top K-pop songs this year, or the best K-pop songs this year. And apart from IVE's, who's always been at the top, I don't agree, as usual, because I have a different taste, and everyone's allowed a different taste. So, I've picked 20 songs that I found best this year. However, I'd like to start with some honourable mentions. So I've got about 14, I think, honourable mentions. So we've got Play by Yuju. It was an amazing song. I was so impressed with that debut song, but I just had to give it an honourable mention. And also Bop Bop by Vivi Z, formerly from G-Friend. What a great... We're not going to lie. The next one, Love Aid, was not for me. But Bop Bop was such an amazing debut song. Then we have Ven Para from Weekly. That is so different to what they'd been doing before, but it was amazing and I loved it. Then we had Psy. Obviously, Psy come back after 3 years. Also, Girls' Generation came back after 5 years. No, Psy came back after 5 years. Then we had Girls' Generation come back after 5 years. But Psy came back with That featuring Sugar, and that was, like, in my opinion, it's better than Gangnam Style. And then we have Ring the Alarm by Card, because obviously J-Step came back from the military and they released something after a long time, and it was a bop. Okay, it was a bop. Then we had Pop Neon. Do I need to say more? Brilliant debut song. Brilliant. Life's Too Short by aespa. Now, I'm not going to lie, aespa's album Girls was a little bit disappointing. But Life's Too Short was an amazing song. Gorilla, ATEEZ. Now, this is a shock because ATEEZ are normally in the top 20 for me. Not this year because they'd only done one comeback, which is... And obviously, ATEEZ are having a comeback at the end of this month. So before 2023, they're having one on the 30th or 31st of December. So, you know. Attention by New Jeans. I don't care what anyone says. I really, really understand that people have an issue with Cookie because they're really, really young girls. But attention was a bop, so we're going to give it the attention that it deserves. Case 143. Now, don't worry, Stray Kids do appear on my list. However, Case 143 wasn't quite there, so that's getting an honourable mention. Dance On by Alice. Real song, and I really think it needs to be out there more. Poppy by Stacey. Poppy was is one of the best Japanese debuts that I've ever seen. And lastly, Cheshire by ITZY. Don't care what you say about Cheshire, I love it, and it's getting an honourable mention. So now let's do the top 20 from number 20. Now, obviously it's not the end of the year yet because I'm filming this on the 21st of December. Now there is 10 days left. Literally anything could happen. Obviously if there was a comeback we'd be notified about it by now, like it teases. But I don't think this list will change. However, Stray Kids have literally today, just released their replay album, which is all their Skuz replays and Skuz records and like Skuz stuff, along with some new songs and fan Korean versions. So, I have been enjoying Up All Night. Up All Night is one of my favourite songs by them ever. So, go listen to that. By the way, before I start, I do apologise for how fast I'm speaking. I am a fast speaker in general, and I can't really control it. And I'm speaking incredibly fast because I'm aware of the time. It's currently 15:15 and I have 15 minutes before I have to get ready. So, you know. Coming in at number 20 is a group that I didn't expect to get here because their first release this year was good. Not my favourite though. However, the second release was amazing, and this group is Nature. And the song is Limbo. I was obsessed with the song. I'm still obsessed with the song because the dance is funny, the song is really catchy, and they killed the stage. So, also, this year, a lot of my stand groups are further down the list, and the rookie groups are higher because this year the rookie groups stepped up their game. Just saying. 19 is Talk That Talk by Twice. Twice do not appear again on this list. So, and that is only because they only had one comeback. So, apologies to Twice. Still love ya. God, I still love you. Talk That Talk is not my favourite type track though. So that's why it's a bit further down. Next is Venom by Bandit because obviously after waiting for so long I was so hyped up and they absolutely delivered. 17 is Deep by Hyo. I was obsessed. I do like every single song Hyo has done so far. So I was bound to like this one. 16 is Maniac. Because again, Maniac and Case 143, not my favourite hot tracks from them. However, Maniac was just above Case 143 for me. So that's why 16 is Maniac by the Stray Kids. 15, Yummy Yummy Love by Momoland. Now, this was January or February, I think January 2021. That's how long it's been since I've had a comeback. And it still plays in my mind every single day. So I love Yummy Yummy Love. I don't think there was any need for Natty Natasha, although she's a great singer, don't get me wrong. 14, Flip That by Luna. I loved this song. It was so different from PTT and Why Not and So What. But I loved it. And I'm really sad that they might not do songs like this anymore. 13, Hit Ya by Lapalus. I was obsessed. I've literally said that for every single one, but I was obsessed. Hello. It was such a great debut song, and obviously it was shocking because MLD don't really promote the groups that well. And they really did for Lapalus. They really put effort into this comeback, or this debut, which annoyed me because, like, why didn't you do that for Momoland? You know. 12, Shut Down by Blackpink. I was really not enthralled with Ready or Not and Pink Venom. Pink Venom's good, but like not. And then they really shut down, and I was like, oh, okay, we're going there. So yes, 12 is Shut Down. 11 is Fearless by Le Sserafim. Le Sserafim have absolutely killed it this year, despite the controversies they've had. Fearless and Antifragile are like amazing. I always find this with rookie groups nowadays, they do a great debut song and then their second song is even better. And I bet the third song will be even better. Even better. And then number 10, we have Fire by EXID. That was like, I didn't expect that from EXID because EXID have a certain sound and obviously they'd gone on hiatus to focus on their own stuff. But I wasn't expecting them to come back in the first place. And then they came back with that and I was like, whoa, okay. 9, Beautiful Monster by Stacey. Oh my god, I forgot what the name was. So sorry. Stacey, again, killed it this year. Run to You was amazing, didn't quite make it onto the list. Beautiful Monster was so different and so beautiful that I had to include it on the list at number 9. 8, Ilela. Love a bit of Ilela. Honestly, I wasn't expecting Mon Rouge to come back because it'd been so long. And then they did, and then they dropped Ilela, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, they've done it again. And their colour scheme for the album was just to die for. 7, Dilemma. Now, I knew Pink was going to come back, and even though they had some issues with Nain and everything, not doing the performances, Dilemma was just amazing. It was just amazing. It was amazing. 6, Honey. Sola's first song, Spit It Out, I liked, but wasn't like really enthralling me. Hwasa, I believe, has done the best solo song so far, and then Sola released Honey. And I was obsessed. I was enthralled with the dance. I just loved I love that beat. I love the aesthetics of it. The yellow colour was amazing and the beat aspect of it was great. 5, top 5 now, Anti-Fragile by LE SSERAFIM. I love the dance to Anti-Fragile and I can't believe how much they stepped it up. Like I wasn't expecting a lot from LE SSERAFIM because obviously they'd just gone through all that controversy with Garam after Fearless. And they produced that and I was like, wow, what the hell? So yeah. 4 is Thank You by Brave Girls. I don't even know how to describe the song. It's like the best song ever. Well, not because it's number 4, but their retro concept throughout the whole album was just to die for. I am a big fan, probably my favourite concept, of retro. So, you know, the flares, love a good flare. And then we have number 3. Now, top 3 are all rookies. And the top 2 are of the same artist. Groupie number 3 only debuted a few months ago, and I have been so into that song and into the song they released. I've literally been playing it every single day since they released it, and I really, really hope that they do well in the industry because if they keep producing songs like this, you know, that's me set for life. And that is Mimi Rose. And the song is Rose. And I just can't get enough of that song. The dance as well is so fun. So funny. Now, the top 2, you can probably guess what they are. This won Song of the Year, number 2. Rightly so. And it is Love Dive by IVE. Now, I was a bit depressed. Bit down in the dumps during the Love Dive era, and Love Dive just absolutely pulled me back out of that sadness. And the dance is amazing, the colour scheme was amazing, the singing was amazing. I look weird like this. I'm gonna undo that. And I couldn't get enough of it. And I said, there's no way they're going to top Love Dive. There's no way. Because 11 was fantastic and then Love Dive was even better. There's no way they're going to top Love Dive. And then they decided to sample I Will Survive for Afterlike, which comes in at number 1. So Afterlike was released in August, and like Mimi Rose's song, I've been listening to it. I've been listening to it every single day ever since it was released. Because it's just genius. The colour scheme again, the dance, the music video, the sampling, the music itself is just amazing. And IVE, I believe, will continue to just kill it. I don't know how they're going to top Afterlike, but they probably will. So I'm looking forward to that. And that, my friends, is the end of the Kpop Rewind 2022. Now, I've probably missed like loads of notable events that happen, loads of comebacks, loads of debuts, loads of disbandments. But I'm only one person and research took me ages, and I probably have not sifted through every single article or website I could find. So, whatever. A lot going on in 2022 for K-pop. We had a lot. It was a very notable year in my opinion because a lot happened, a lot of changes were made. Maybe not all for the best or not all positive, but we can still say that K-pop is one of the best music genres in the world. Regardless of what you say, it's everywhere and it's going to continue to be everywhere, especially if you know me in person, because I can't hide my love for it. So, So, coming up, I'm going to do my Christmas haul with my sister. That's if we get enough K-pop stuff, because obviously cost of living crisis, haven't been able to spend as much this year. So, I'm broke. And as I said, obviously I'm broke. So, what I might do is actually just not do a haul and just stagger out the unboxings to bank videos. You never know. So, anyway, well, that was the Kpop Rewind 2022. Don't know what 2023 is going to bring. I'm very much looking forward to it, though. All the new debuts, possibly some disbandments. So, yeah, I'm going to go now. Because I need the toilet. And also, I'm about 10 minutes away from having to leave the house. Bye. Have a wonderful Christmas. Actually, when this comes out, it'll already have been Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year's tomorrow. It's actually New Year's Eve today, when you're watching this. And I'm presuming I had a good Christmas. I mean, I don't know, because for me it's still 4 or 5 days away. So. Anyway, I'm gonna go, okay? Because I don't know what I'm babbling. So, okay. Ooh. What is going on with my hair? I'm getting a haircut, so it won't be that bad next time you see me, okay? So, bye.